Hi guys, Hillary here for WaterLogged on behalf of saltwateraquarium.com. If you are returning to watch more of this series, thank you so much for joining us again. And if you're new, welcome. We are in the middle of a Red Sea build series. Now you can see the tank behind me. It is a 425 Reefer G2 and approximately 115 gallons between the display tank and the sump. Now in the previous videos, if you haven't already seen them, we have built the stand, we put the tank on top of it, and we have installed the plumbing into the sump. Now this video is going to be about installing the slide out panel on the doors that's going to hold the basket for the things that we're going to use for dosing, as well as installing the dosing pump. Something else I want to show you in this video is I'm going to tell you how easy it is to take these doors on and off. If you have to get in here to do maintenance or to do a little bit of work, Red Sea has made it super easy, and I'm going to show you how easy that is. So let's go ahead and jump on in. All right, go ahead and pop the door open. Once you have it open, you are going to come in here to the end. On the end of these hinges, there's a little button. Just pop that button on the top and bottom. Make sure you're holding on the outside, and then you can just take it off. 1, 2. Just like that. Okay, so inside the box and the equipment for the panel, it's going to go in here and then it's going to slide out over the door. So those hinges that we popped up earlier, this panel is going to sit on little brackets and it's going to slide out over top of those hinges and come out on the door. So in order to put it in, they gave us this fun little template. So we have to stick this in. It's going to sit back behind the hinges. We're going to try and get it as level as possible. And it's going to act as a place where we're going to drill the holes for our screws. Okay, when we built the stand, I gave you a list of tools that you needed to complete that project. Well, this is a new project, so we've got a new set of tools. Obviously, you're going to want something like tape to put your template inside the stand. I would use something like painter's tape, not duct tape, that's going to leave a residue. Next up, you're going to want a level. You can use a standard level like this, or if you have a laser level, that will work too. Either way, you're going to want to make sure that the horizontal lines on your template are level. So go ahead and get that done. Next up, you're going to want to drill. You need a set of drill bits, and lastly, a screwdriver. Okay, in the instructions, it tells you that you need a 3mm drill bit. However, here in the US, I don't have anything that says 3mm, so you gotta do a little bit of conversion. You need roughly 1/8 inch drill bit. Now, I don't have that, and one thing that I wanted to tell you is when you're selecting a drill bit, you wanna go just slightly smaller when you're drilling your hole. That way, your screw is gonna have something to bite into. So when I looked at my drill bits, 3 32 inch drill bit is what I'm going with. Now, I've got another tip for you. When you have your drill bit, go ahead and put the screw together. If you put a little piece of tape on your drill bit, that's going to ensure when you are drilling your hole, you're not going to go in too far and accidentally go through your cabinet walls. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, now that I've got all the holes drilled, I can take the template out and go ahead and get those brackets mounted. Okay, so I just tested to make sure that my holes are good for the first bracket. It was perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of the brackets on. Now that all of the brackets are mounted, it's time to put the slider in place. All right, now that we've got the rails in, let's go ahead and install this panel. Ta-da! All right, look at this. All the way out, so the doors will be open, and when you close it, after you get to a certain point, it self-closes. Okay, even though I've already got my panel in, I want to take it back out. That way it gives me a chance to easily place where my utility basket is going to go, where my reef dose, that's the dosing pumps, where those are going to go, and I think it'll just be easier to lay it all out flat as opposed to trying to do it up here. So, okay, now that I've got this panel out, I have everything laid out the way I wanted it. So I'm just gonna give you an example. I've got my utility basket here on the bottom. Inside that basket is going to be the supplements that I wanna add to the tank. One thing that I love about the Red Sea kit is that it comes with all of these beautifully colored dosing lines. That way you can't get anything confused. You can see we've got magnesium here. It's this bright blue color matched up with the blue hose, and I love that. Now, if you're not familiar with what a dosing pump is, that's here, the Reef Dose. I'm gonna give you a quick overview of what it is, but we'll go more into depth in a future video. When your corals grow, they need things that are going to be coming out of the water, so you'll have to replenish those elements over time. Magnesium is just one of the things that they're going to be pulling out that you need to be making sure to put back in. So that's what this dosing pump does. It pulls a little bit of the liquid concentration from these bottles and it's going to dose it into your sump so that your corals can utilize it in the water column. So let's go ahead and get this stuff secured to the panel. All right, as you can see, the panel is on, the dosing pump is hooked in, and the basket is on. Now you might be wondering why none of those colorful little dosing lines that I showed you a bit ago are connected. Well, the reason for that is when you read the instructions for the Reef Dose, it tells you when to install them, and that is when you are putting those supplements, those big bottles that you saw a second ago, when you're putting those all in and setting them up together. Now this has some really cool things to help keep all of those lines neat and organized, and I'm really excited to show it to you when we get to that point. So that is going to conclude this video of putting this panel in, and like I said, stay tuned because we're going to have a video going into a little bit more depth on the dosing pump, as well as a video talking a little bit about Reef Beat, which is the app that you use to integrate all of the different components that are going to be part of this system. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Red Sea for helping to make this a reality. Thank you to Saltwater Aquarium for sharing these videos. This has been Hillary for WaterLogged on behalf of saltwateraquarium.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.